The question is, can you really work full-time as a couple in a 19-foot Airstream Bambi? Yes and no. Depends on your definition of full-time. Here's the first example. I have just finished making a breakfast shake using this table in the kitchen and working around her office, which is in the dinette. And now I'm eating breakfast, and at my keyboard on our little table, using part of an IKEA chair to sit on the bed. You have to multi-use all your spaces. And then Angelina says, oh, it's time for my constitution. What does that mean? That means that she needs to get through my office to the loo. Toodaloo.
Toodaloo. Yes. So, move your table.
So I have to stop working in order for her to toodaloo. That's part of working full-time, living in your Airstream 19-foot Bambi. Another part about working, living, healing. You have to watch another video on the healing with the ribs thing. All in your Airstream is that, well, that's the front door, and I'm working by it. And here's the lunch that's just got made, but that came from there. And you see how tiny it is? It's really tiny. So this overlay of duties, things have to constantly be shuffling. So you got to learn to dance. So now I've relocated to my other office, 4 feet away. And why am I yelling? Well, because the air conditioning has to be on today. So yeah, that's, oh, and when you move, of course, you're going to unplug, and then we only seem to last a couple of days on our gray tank. So once in a while, you have to really sort of let go of stuff. Everything has to have multiple purposes. So your bed doubles as storage during the day, and your shower right next door also is your clothes hamper and your clothes dryer. It's extra counter space. You can always put down the stove, but you'll find that things are always piling up and getting out of place. So shoes always find their way out of the little cubby hole, and hats always end up on top of things, and all the things you're working on become more things to do, right?
Hi! You're surprising me while I'm intensely working, preparing for another client session.
So is it hard to work and live together in a 19-foot?
Not as much for me, because if I just sit here and ask for help instead of being my little independent self and try to get up and do things, then we don't bump into each other as much.
So we communicate more and dance more.
Mm-hmm. That has been.
And I ask you to put stuff away a lot more, but end up just doing it. Oh, this is mine. No, that's the stinky one, went away.
No, we threw this stinky one out.
And this one, this goes up here. Why is that not in its spot? I don't know, but this one's clean, right? So this one goes over here. See, everything has a place, supposedly, except the trash can. That always seems to float somewhere. So, and snuggling at night in bed and commingling all your clothes, then you'll be very ship-shape. So this is our entire wardrobe, very organized, in not even 2 feet of width. you really get put off by small spaces, it's not going to be for you. But check out this bathroom. Is this like Bambi cute? Everything you own in your medicine cabinet has to be right to shave in this tiny little sink. Okay, it does have hot water. That's what's cool. Better than shaving in a creek. Okay, time to shave. If you've ever dreamed of going to space, you know, like preparing for the Mars mission with Elon Musk, then this would be a great experience because you have to do everything in a super tight space. Get it? Plastic fans, these things are pretty cool. They really do move a lot of air through here. Note to the sensitive, if you're brushing your teeth, water goes down the drain, the fantastic fan is on, sucking air out, meaning that you can smell the gray water tank while you're brushing your teeth. So you really end up putting these things down and in the shower so that you don't smell that during the day. Let me scour the sink. And of course, as soon as you're finished, you gotta clean it up because someone else is gonna use it and it looks like hell. That's more shipshape. This is an annoying one. These things are a little so small. Ow! So it turns out that it's a little better to grab the corner of this thing, or the bottom bar, and deal with that. This one you have to think about for a second. You want light in your bathroom, but you don't want right above the toilet. And then there's the throne, which, if you're a big person, is going to be a little bit of a problem with the door closed. So if you have longer legs, you have to shut this door or this screen in order to have any privacy after you've closed the, But the cool part is, it's got a little pedal down there. It's got a pedal, and the blue stuff, that's so that the stuff doesn't slide around when you move it. Of course, you need your cleaners and your wipes, and there's the neighbors. A familiar sound. I think that if the type of a messy that you are is like a Spartan messy, where you have a few things and you constantly put those things in their place, then it's possible to manage this, but you will constantly be driven crazy by the smallest amount of crumbs. So if you're a highly functional Asperger, this is a lot of work. As I said, stuff collects everywhere. So this all has to go now into the bed because now I need to use the dinette. One of the things to kind of note is that you can get a little creative. And see, there's turning the dinette or bunk into a lounge for an interview. Yeah. Sometimes it's a little hard. You can take your duties, like cleaning your hair, combing your hair, and go outdoors with it.
Well, you don't want to shed inside the Airstream because then you've got hair all over the place, and the window serves as a mirror. So, yeah, those of us that have long
The window?
hair, the window, the bathroom window.
Oh, the bathroom window works.
The bedroom window is my mirror. So,
okay, say it again.
Right here, the bedroom window is my mirror. So.
Well, that's a creative one for you, ladies. Functions as an extension of the kitchen. So that's a real good add-on. Smell of coffee in this place is awesome in the morning. It's so small. So if you really like to eat healthy food, good luck on the storage. This is a 2-day shopping kind of thing. You're constantly rotating and looking and storing in little baskets and things. Angelina's excellent at this, but as soon as you pull one thing, something else falls. And if you're gonna have guests over for a meal, holy cow, that's a tight one. Everything becomes a procedure, but if you leave out a step, like I forgot to get the knife, then you have to move furniture to try to get stuff. And, oh yeah, I need a peeler as well. So everything that you want to do, you kind of start memorizing new habits, and for the first couple of months, you forget lots of steps, and that's really annoying because it takes a lot more time. But you'll get it. Keep hanging in there and keep trying it. It'll all come together. There's no counter space to leave appliances in. Everything goes back in its place, including things that are messy like almond butter, so they don't spill when you move. You'll also notice that nesting things, right, becomes part of the ritual. Part of what you've got to be satisfied with trading your time for cleaning dirt, which constantly collects. The advantage is you have a lot less space, so the dirt is easier to find. Everything finds a way of spilling itself. Speaking of rituals, the walk to the trash happens at least 3 times a day. And since everything seems to take far more work, even just the simple stuff tends to be or feel more rewarding.
There's a bug running around the rim of my glass, and I don't know if it fell off or fell in.
I think we mentioned you'll have more bugs in everything. Inside, outside, everywhere. They just find their way into everything. Positive side, here are some of the places we've been able to stay and work. More trash. We also shuttle our toys in and out and around so that they always end up inside the Airstream when we're moving it, so that we've got room in the car to actually sit. Then when we're parked, we stick it all in storage in other places. So you got to be able to shuttle your toys. All notes. Place has a sense of purpose for identity, and so does awareness of things to get wounded. These are tennis balls I've stuck on the end of the anti-sway contraption. Most everything takes a lot more time. Shopping is a little bit of both. It takes you less time because you buy more things at one place, but you gotta go a little further. For example, to come here, I drive about 20 miles into town, but I can get just about everything on my list. A really decent selection of vegetables and even organics. And the pricing for the smoothie stuff is unbelievable. Got all the good Asian stuff. Water. Treat. An enormous amount of trash bags. $1.62 for 80 of these, fragrance free. If I put in my 2 cents, these things clean everything inside the Bambi and all over the body parts. Cater to the mobile crowd because they've got all this good stuff, including our Bambi's favorite drop-ins. They even have this tough to find shave secret for all those bruised ribs. So if you like terrific scenery and lots of variety, if you happen to have an occupation that allows you to earn money while you're on the road, and you're willing to get out of each other's space. For example, Angelina's been having a business meeting and I've gone shopping, so we're willing to accommodate each other's need for space, to be apart from each other from time to time. You don't mind swapping roles from time to time, sharing duties, dancing, working on your communication a lot. So if you'd like the certainty of waking up with your pillow inside of your own cozy little home every day, or you'd like the variety of not remembering exactly where your Airstream's parked, it's kind of a scene to wake up to each day or go to bed to every evening, then a 19-foot's probably going to do you just fine. It's very easy to pull with a very modest rig like an Xterra. But if you have the luxury to upscale to, say, an F-150 or add an extra 8 feet to the Airstream, then you won't have to juggle near as much time switching over the multi-laid aspects of the lifestyle. So I think that pretty well covers a lot of it anyway. So hopefully that answers the question of, can you live full-time in a 19-foot Bambi Airstream?